Hello children. Today we will start with next topic of chapter 2nd, that is cell division. Okay, in which today we will discuss mitosis in detail. Right? But before starting with this topic, let's revise once what are cells. You all have studied what are cell. What is cell? How will you define cell? Yeah, we are saying cell is the structure and functional unit of life, right? Or we can say that it is the smallest basic unit of life that is responsible for all life processes. Okay, all life process means that already we have studied, already we have discussed in our previous videos, right? So what is cell? We all know that cell is the structure and functional unit of life. Basically, for any organism, for example, for multicellular organism, it is the fundamental unit of life. That's what we have memorized till now. Whenever we have started studying cell, that time always we are memorizing it is a fundamental unit of life. But what exactly it means? What exactly it means that what is fundamental unit of life? Why we are saying it's a fundamental unit of life? For any multicellular organism, say for example in our case, all of us start our life as a single cell. We all know that. Okay, we have started our life, any multicellular organism, not only us. Okay, we cannot say that it is only related to us. Any multicellular organism have started their life from a single cell. Okay, which is a diploid zygote. Correct? Means from single cell, that single cell divides into two, then that double cell divides and multiplies into 4, then 8, then 16, like that it is continuously going on. Okay, that's why we can say that it is not like that ki means it fully depends on cell. Okay, again repeating, see what what I want to say, that multicellular organism started their life from a single cell, right? Now this single cell divides, it multiplies and converted into two. Okay, then these two cells again multiplies, divides and converted into 4, then 8, 18, 16 and so on, right? So in that way only from unicellular organism multicellular organism came. And in our case, if I want to say, if you will see that, see a newborn baby that continuously their growing phases continuously happens until what they are reaching to its growing age, right? So our body is physically it is growing, mentally it is growing, that is okay, but physically also it is growing. So how it is growing, why it is growing? Because the cell which is present inside us, the cell which is present inside that in newborn baby, that is continuously getting dividing and multiplying. Okay, and it is continuously happening. And what we reach and what we ultimately what happens, what we have become now today, that's what happens with that newborn baby. Means छोटे से बच्चे से till now what we are, that is why, मतलब अभी तक हम जो इतने बड़े हुए हैं, that is why it is happening. It is happening only because of the cell division. Clear? Means one cell divides and multiplies into 2, then 2 to 4, then 4 to 8, 8, then 8 to 16, like that it is continuously going on. Okay, so we can say that growth keeps happening and cells are growing and dividing, and that is what happening to every multicellular organism. Got it? What I want to say, growth is continuously happening, it's keep happening. And why it is happening continuously? Because of the cells. That means cells are growing, cells are dividing, and that is what happening to each and every multicellular organism. Got it? Clear? Now just look at this figure. It is a structure of cell that you have already studied. What is cell? It is a structure and function unit of life. And if you will see the structure of this cell, just look at this figure, you will be able to understand, and that you already have studied, that it is surrounded by a plasma membrane. Okay, inside it there is a cytoplasm in which various organelles are embedded, that you have studied. Okay, like Golgi bodies, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, these are all present inside the cell, in the cytoplasm, right? Along with that, there is a nucleus in the cell. Okay, and what is that nucleus doing? What is the function of that nucleus? We all know that nucleus is the control center of the cell. Control center of the cell means it is controlling all the activities of the cell, right? And if we will see the structure of cell, we will come to know that within the nucleus there is a nucleolus. Got it? And this nucleus is surrounded by a membrane, or we can say covered by a membrane known as nuclear membrane. Got it? Clear? So what I want to say that in this cell various organelles are there, along with that nucleus is there. Okay, and in that nucleus nucleolus is present. Okay, and this nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. Why I am continuously just focusing on nucleus? Because whatever we have to study next, that is completely depends on the structure of nucleus, which is having chromatin in it, which is having chromosome in it. Got it? You have studied that also. Clear? So now we come to know the cell is the structure and function unit of life. It is a fundamental unit of life. Why it is fundamental unit of life? Because as we are growing, it only depends on cell. Why cell? Because cells are the only fundamental unit. Cells are the only unit of life which is continuously multiplying and dividing, and because of that an organism is growing. Got it? In this cell, if we will see the structure, it is having various organelles. Along with that, nucleus is there, which is having nucleolus. Okay, and this nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. Okay, now in this cell, what I want to say in the previous slide, the nucleus which is having, in that nucleus nucleolus is present, and that nucleolus chromosome is present. That already you have studied in your previous class. Right? So in that what is there? Chromosome is present. Okay, and in that chromosome what is present? DNA is present, which is carrying all the hereditary characteristics. Right? You have studied that. You just look at this figure, you will be able to understand there is an organism in which after dissecting it you will see there is a cell. Okay, in that cell they are just focusing on the nucleus. In this nucleus nucleolus is there, and that chromosomes are there, and each strands of chromosome is having DNA in it. DNA is what? Yeah, deoxyribonucleic acid. Right? Now, before starting with cell cycle, cell division, we should know few terms. That these all terms you have studied in your previous class, previous grade, but you should know about all these terms. Let's start with this one by one. Now, first of all, you just recall yourself what are chromosomes. Just now we have studied in the previous slide only, that just now I have said that chromosomes are present in the nucleus, right? And that chromosome contains what? Yeah, it contains DNA, right? Now, what does it mean? What does chromosome means? Yeah, you have already studied the structure in the nucleus of the cell that carries hereditary characteristics is called chromosome. The structure where it is present, the structure in the nucleus of the cell, right, that carries hereditary characteristics is called chromosome. Okay, now next question arises, what it is made up of? Yeah, you know, chromosomes are made up of nucleic acid and protein, right? So how we will define chromosome? Chromosome is the structure in the nucleus of the cell that carries hereditary characteristics, and it is made up of nucleic acid and protein, right? Now, actually if you will see in this slide, there is one figure I have given. In this picture you will see there is a structure of chromosome, right? In this chromosome, this is the chromosome of an eukaryotic cell. Now see, you can see there is a thread-like structure in it, right? Okay, now this thread-like structure is known as chromatin. Actually what happens when eukaryotic cell is not dividing? Okay, just now I said that chromosome is made up of DNA and protein, right? Now when this eukaryotic cell is not dividing, at that time DNA and protein which is there in the chromosome, it is tangled in a thin thread. Means that chromosome, when it is not undergoing any division, at that time these chromosomes are present in the form of thin threads. Got it? Again repeating, when any eukaryotic cell is not dividing, at that time chromosome is present, chromosome which is made up of DNA and protein, it is present in the form of thin threads, okay, and that is known as chromatin. Clear? Now when cell division occurs, means during the time of cell division, what happens? This chromatin condenses, and that condensed structure is known as chromosome. Clear? Whatever structure you are looking, it is the structure of chromosome. Now inside the chromosome, see, it's a structure of chromosome, means it is the condensed form of chromatin. But if we will see it, so we will come to know that when any eukaryotic cell is not undergoing any division, at that time this chromosome is present in the form of thin threads, and that is known as chromatin. Got it? Means, again repeating, listen carefully, when eukaryotic cell is not dividing, at that time chromosome is present in the form of thin thread known as chromatin. Got it? And when an eukaryotic cell undergoes cell division, at that time this chromatin gets condensed, and that time this is known as chromosome. Got it? Chromosome. And which is what? What is chromosome? Chromosome is the structure which is present in the nucleus of the cell, and it carries all the hereditary characteristics, okay, and it is made up of what? Yeah, protein and nucleic acid. Got it? Now before starting with cell cycle, cell division, just recollect yourself and just memorize yourself what is the structure of chromosome. Just now we have seen the structure of chromosome. Now if you will see in that, this is the structure of chromosome, okay. In that, see, when there is a constricted region, after DNA replication it forms two arms, right? Upper two arm, lower two arms, right? That is known as P arm and Q arm. That already you have studied. But before explaining that, just recollect yourself. There is a constricted region in the chromosome, and that constricted region is known as centromere. Got it? Now because of this centromere, there after DNA replication, whatever sister chromatids are formed, it is converted into two arms. We are saying there are two arms of chromosome. Short arm is known as P arm and long arm is known as Q arm, right? So there are two arms produced after when there is a constriction. Because of this centromere, because of the constriction of the chromosome, constricted region of the chromosome, there are two arms, that is known as P arm and Q arm, right? Short arm, where I have written, it is P arm, and long arm, it is Q arm, right? Now these two arms, what you are seeing, like short arm, P arm and Q arm, these are known as sister chromatids. How these are formed? Sister chromatids are how they are formed? They are formed after the DNA replication. That means if I will say how will you define sister chromatids, what you will say, the two identical chromosomes that result from DNA replication is known as sister chromatids, okay. Chromosomes whatever produced after the DNA replication, these are identical chromosome, right? So these identical chromosome which is formed from DNA replication is known as sister chromatids. Got it? Now it is clear. Again just revise yourself. Chromosomes, when any eukaryotic cell is not undergoing any division, the chromosomes are present in the form of thin thread called chromatin, right? Now when cell division occurs, this chromatin undergoes or gets condensed and they form chromosome, that is known as chromosome. Now this chromosome, if we will see its structure in detail, we will come to know that there is a constricted region in the center of the chromosome, okay, that is known as centromere, right? And because of this, there is a development of two arms known as P arm and Q arm, right? Now whatever identical chromosome is formed from DNA replication is known as sister chromatids. Clear till here? Now just look at this picture, look at this figure, you will be able to you will see there I have written telomeres. Now what are telomeres? Telomeres are the structure which is found at the end of the chromosomes, okay. If we will see the structure of chromosome, at the end there are telomeres, okay. Just this much you should know before starting with cell cycle. Clear till here? Okay, now let's start with cell cycle. Now what is cell cycle? Just now I have said cell division, right? What is cell division? If you will we will say what I said in just now. What I said, one single cell is present that divides, that multiplies and converted into two cells, then 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, like that continuously it is going on. That is known as division. Which division? Cell division. Okay, so we can say cell division is the process by which a cell called parent cell divides into two cells called daughter cells. Means पहले एक cell था, उससे it is getting divide, it is getting multiplied and it produces two cells. So जो पहले एक cell था, that is known as parent cell. Okay, and after dividing, after multiplication, whatever two cells are produced, that is known as daughter cells. Got it? Clear? Now this cell division is divided into two types, mitosis and meiosis, that we will discuss one by one. Today we will discuss only mitosis, but before starting with mitosis, we should know that this mitosis is followed after cell cycle. Okay, now let's start with cell cycle. Before starting with mitosis, we should know what is cell cycle. Got it? Clear till here? What is cell division? Cell division is the process by which cell, that is parent cell, undergoes division, undergoes division and converted into two daughter cells. Got it? Clear? Cell division is of two types, mitosis and meiosis. Okay, mitosis and meiosis. But before starting with mitosis, this mitosis followed cell cycle, and that we are going to discuss now. Clear? Now, what is cell cycle? Just before started with this cell cycle, you just I think the question should arise in your mind, why the cells divides? Already I have given you the answer, but then also you just think, why the cells divides? Yeah, because it is important for the growth of the organism. An organism needs more cells in order to grow. Like I told you, cell divides and continuously divides for the growth of an organism. Even in our body, in various parts of body also, cells are continuously undergoing division. Okay, so why this cells undergoes division? Why do cell divide? Why do cell divide? Because it is important for the growth of the organism, right? First, it is for the growth of the organism. Any organism needs more cell in order to grow. Okay, means cells are continuously dividing for the growth of an organism. So first point we come to know, why do cell divides? It is for the growth of the organism. Secondly, for repair means if any injury happened to the body, that time what we will say, ki there is a new layer of cell, old cells are deteriorating and new layer of cell is coming. Why it is so? Because of this cell division only. Got it? And rather than that, this cell division also requires for reproduction. Okay, got it? Clear till here? Okay, now let's start with cell cycle. So, if we will say cell cycle, what is cell cycle? When any cell grows in its maximum size. Okay, when any cell grows in its maximum size, at that time what happens? This cell starts division. Okay, this cell starts division, and that division helps in the production of new cell, new daughter cell. Okay, and that is called cell cycle. Clear? When a cell has grown to its maximum size, it undergoes division. Okay, and during this division there are various sequential reactions. Okay, there are various reactions, and through those all reactions it is producing daughter cell, and these all reactions are combinedly known as cell cycle. Got it? Now, if we will see, this cell cycle is divided into two types, interphase and second one is mitotic phase, that is M phase. Okay. Now, listen carefully. Again, I am repeating. Cell division is a process in which a cell produces new cells. Got it? What is cell division? Cell division is a process in which a cell produces new cells. And to produce these new cells from a single cell को क्या कहते हैं? Yeah, parent cell. Okay, to produce new cell from the single cell called parent cell, there are various processes a cell has to perform sequentially. Got it? ये नहीं कि ये वाला पहले करेंगे, अरे पहले माइटोसिस कर लेते हैं बाद में इंटरफेस करेंगे. No, they have to follow that sequence. The whatever division is occurring, they are in sequence. Got it? Like roll number 1 पहले जाएगा, then only roll number 2, roll number 3, roll number 4, like 1 2 3 4, like that only we are going. It's not like the 1 के बाद 5 आएगा, 5 के बाद 10 आएगा. No. Okay, same here for cell division also. They are continuously dividing, they are passing through various processes. Okay, and that process has to occur sequentially. Got it? Means a cell performs various sequential process to produce new daughter cells. जो cell divide होगा, that cell is known as parent cell. Okay, and after the division, whatever cell is produced, that is known as, yeah, daughter cell. Okay, now from parent cell to daughter cell, formation of division of parent cell and formation of daughter cell. Between this division start हुआ और daughter cell बना, between this there are various sequential processes. Okay, and this is known as cell division. Okay, and whatever sequence of events occurs in between the cell formation and cell division, that is coming under cell cycle. Got it? Is that clear? So cell division is what? Cell division is a process in which a cell produces new cell. And to produce new cell from parent cell, there are various sequential processes. Okay, and these sequence of events that occurs between cell formation and cell division is called cell cycle. Is that clear? मतलब जो break हो रहा है, जो divide हो रहा है, that is called cell division. Now in this cell division बहुत सारे sequence में reaction हो रहे हैं. These events, whatever sequence of events occurring division के टाइम से शुरू करके फॉर्मेशन के टाइम तक, दैट इज नोन एज सेल साइकिल. ओके, नाउ दिस सेल साइकिल डिवाइड्स इनटू टू टाइप, इंटरफेस एंड मेटाफेस, मायोटिक फेस. इंटरफेस एंड मायोटिक फेस. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ इंटरफेस फर्स्ट. नाउ if you will look this structure, look this figure, you will come to know that interface consists of, see, G1, S, G2 and M. Means interface consists of G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase along with M phase, that is known as mitotic phase, right? Clear or not? In interphase, what happens? Interphase, there are three phases. Interphase includes three stages: G1, S and G2. G means growth or gap. Okay, growth 1 phase or gap 1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase, or we can say gap 2 phase or growth 2 phase. Correct? Now see, let's start with interphase. Okay, again repeating, just see, cell division divides into two types. Cell division includes two parts: interphase and what? Interphase and, yeah, mitotic phase. Correct? So we are now discussing interphase. This interphase is having three phases: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. Clear? Okay, now let's start with interphase. Earlier, interphase was known as resting phase, because according to the scientists, cells at this stage are in the resting condition and these cells are not doing anything. But later on, when studies are going on, after studies, it was found that during this time cells are very active. Means cells are making many things which are required for cell division. Right? Now let's discuss phases of interphase one by one. In this phase, you will see first is G1 phase. Okay, in this figure we can see the first phase of interphase is G1 phase. Okay, so what is this G1 phase? Just now I have told G1 phase is also called growth phase 1 or gap phase 1. Okay, now in this period of time, what exactly cells are doing? cells are making ATP. You know what are ATP? What is ATP? ATP is the energy molecule, right? Na energy producing molecule. So in this G1 phase, what cells are doing? They are making ATP along with the formation of protein. Okay, the G1 phase, cell makes ATP and protein. Okay, so that is the growth period. Next, in S phase. In S phase, what happens? It undergoes, means DNA which is present in the cell, it undergoes replication. Means cell starts copying its DNA. Cell starts copying its DNA. जो सेल में जो भी उसका DNA रहेगा वो उसको कॉपी करना स्टार्ट करेगा. दैट इज नोन एज सेल डबलिंग, सॉरी DNA डबलिंग. ओके, सो इन दी एस फेज DNA रेप्लिकेशन स्टार्ट्स. मीन्स एक है तो एक से दो बनेगा, दो से तीन बनेगा, लाइक दैट, बट सेम कॉपी ऑफ इट. दे आर स्टार्टेड कॉपिंग इट. Copying cell, what cell starts copying its DNA. That is also known as DNA doubling. Got it? That is what happens in S phase. Clear? And in the third phase, that is in G2 phase, that we can also known it as second gap phase, or we can say gap 2 phase or growth phase 2. In them, what happens? Cells are mainly synthesizing RNA molecule in them. Okay, and along with that there is a synthesis of spindle fibers in them. Got it? So there are three phases in interphase: G1, S and G2. In G1 phase, what happens? Cells are making ATP and protein, right? In S phase, what cells are doing? Cells are copying its DNA, right? And in third phase, that is G2 phase, which is also known as gap 2 phase or growth phase, in them what happens? Yeah, what they are doing? They are making RNA molecule, and along with that spindle fibers also produce. Spindle fiber you will study in mitosis. Got it? Till here it is clear? Now again just take a revision. What is cell division? Cell division means, yeah, what is cell division? It is the process in which parent cell undergoes division and producing daughter cell. Got it? New cell, that is known as daughter cell. Okay, now in this cell division process there are various sequential reaction. Okay, various sequential methods, sequential events we can say, and these sequential events are coming under cell cycle. Got it? Now this cell cycle is divided into two parts, two stages. One is interphase and second one is mitotic phase. Okay, in interphase, if we will see, it is again divided into three phases: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase, right? G1 phase is what? G1 phase, in that what cells are doing? They are making ATP and protein. In S phase, cells start copying its DNA, called DNA doubling. And in G2 phase, that is gap 2 phase, in third phase what it is doing? It is making RNA and spindle fibers. Got it? Just have a quick review in each of them. What we have studied: cell is the fundamental unit of life, right? Why it is a fundamental unit of life? Yeah, because our life depends on cell. From single cell, various cells are produced through the process of division, right? In this cell, we will see the structure. It is having nucleus, which is having DNA in it, chromosome in it, which is having DNA. And this chromosome is what? This chromosome contains all hereditary characteristics. If we will see the structure of chromosome, we will come to know that when eukaryotic cell is not undergoing any division, this chromosome is present in the form of thin threads called chromatin. Okay, and when this eukaryotic cell undergoes division, at that time this chromatin condenses and they are producing chromosome. Right? Now if we will see the structure of chromosome in detail, we will come to know that in the center there is a constriction, that is known as centromere, and this centromere leads to the formation of two arms called P arms and Q arms. Okay, now because of the DNA replication, there is a formation of two identical chromosome. Okay, and that is known as sister chromatids. Just look at the figure, you will be able to understand that. And what are telomeres? At the end of the chromosome, there are some structures known as telomeres. Got it? Now after that we have studied cell division. From the parent cell, new cells are produced, that is known as cell division. During this cell division process, various sequential events occurs, and that sequential events coming under cell cycle. This cell cycle divides into two stages. What are they? Interphase and mitotic phase. Okay, mitotic phase means M phase. Now this interphase is having three phases: G1, S and G2 phase, right? In G1 phase, cells are making ATP and protein. In S phase, cells are copying its DNA, and in G2 phase, what cells are doing? They are making RNA and spindle fibers. Okay, so till here we have completed with interphase, first stage of cell cycle. Okay, M phase we will now discuss in detail. Clear?